Alright, GoPro gadgets. Inside all these boxes are all my GoPro gear. First off, this thing is probably the best. This is the SP Gadgets point of view case. This is one of the best, if not the best, GoPro accessory you can get. Inside this case is most of the stuff that you need. In here I have 2 GoPros, spare back doors, spare battery, chest harness, some charging cables, a bag with all the little screws and bits and bobs, connections. You got your vehicle suction cup in here, and 2 of these selfie sticks. So honestly, this case is definitely one of the best things that you could ever buy for your GoPro. Right, let's clear the table of all the rest of this rubbish, because I've suddenly realised I'm going to need more space here. Alright, let's first off cover the selfie sticks. This one is excellent. This one is okay. This one is rubbish. Why is this one excellent? This one is excellent. This is the SP Gadgets Grip Tripod. This one is excellent because you can put a GoPro on top, or if it's not a GoPro then it's just a regular camera. I've got like a little camera adapter up here. And it's not too small, you know, it's not too big, it's not too heavy. And the best part about it, comes a tripod. You put your GoPro in there, you've got a tripod, you can just put it down anywhere. It's pretty damn good. You know, I've used this in pools, I've used this all kinds of places. Because these legs on it are not that great for like putting on a fence or something, it's not quite as good as like a flexible bendy tripod. But in terms of a grip handle, that's great. This one here, it's okay. I've used this a few times. For some applications, this is great. This one does actually come with a wrist strap as well. This one, Coco used on the quad biking video, which I've not actually uploaded yet. But the great thing about this is, you can make it a little bit longer. Get your selfie shots or whatever you want to do. Collapses back down. Downside to that, having a slightly longer grip, you know, having this length versus this length, the usefulness is a bit limited. This is more useful than this. That's why this is excellent, and that's why this, it's okay. This thing is a pain in the ass. I hate it. It's crap. I'm gonna sell it. This is fucking rubbish. This is the GoPro 3-way. This does what these do, except you have it in one compact device. But there are some downsides to this thing, which I'll go over right now. First of all, tripod mode. In order to turn this thing into a tripod, you've got to unscrew it, and then re-screw it back in, and then go and place it where you want. And this is not quite as stable as this. This is solid as a rock. This thing tips over. I mean, I've had the wind blow this thing over when it's before in tripod mode. So tripod it's usable, but it's a pain. I don't want to have to screw it and then, you know, unscrew it and then re-screw it back in. And then you've got these 2 fucking knobs here. These are a pain, because when you want to turn this from your handheld mode here, you know, you've got your GoPro here, you turn this from your handheld mode to your, you know, reach mode or extended mode, whatever you want to call it. You loosen these up and then you open it up and then you tighten them back up again. That's a pain. That's time consuming. I've used this thing before and it's just a pain. So yeah, we've got a nice amount of reach here, but again, like I said with this thing, having a little bit of reach, not that much of a, you know, an incentive, not that useful. I can have a little bit of reach on this thing by holding on to the end of it like that. So having a bit of reach, okay. There is, I suppose, one application to having this extended reach which is kind of useful, kind of okay, and that's what I call like the curved kind of selfie shot mode. So you've got this on a curve like this, right, and then you hold it out and you sort of, you know, you've got the camera up so that it's not showing the bottom of the grip here, and it's curved towards you, so your GoPro is sticking towards you. But what's the big problem with this? The big problem with this is that your point of contact with the camera is down here. The camera is up here. And you just imagine for a second that there's a camera there. You know what? Let's not imagine. Let's put a camera on the top. Alright, so we've got a GoPro camera on the top now. This GoPro, it's my cheap GoPro. It doesn't have an LCD screen on the back. But by watching the camera, you can get some idea of what I'm talking about. Now, when I'm standing perfectly still right like this, it's not so bad. But even sitting perfectly still, there's still a little bit of wobble in the GoPro. Why? Because you've got your point of contact down here, and you've got all the surface area, and your camera lens is way up here. So when you're walking around, you know, or doing anything, this thing is wobbly as hell. It's incredibly wobbly. I tried doing this in some places, like in my Tekapo video when I was going down the snow slide, and this thing was wobbling all over the show. The footage was damn near unusable. This thing stinks. Another thing I hate about this thing, folding it back up. So you undo your screws, fold it back in, and then it gets stuck at this point. It's like a safety feature to stop your fingers getting crushed in there. And then you've got to press the button, alright, and then tighten it back up. Do you see where I'm going with this? All of this tightening and untightening and press the button and unscrew and rescrew is a pain. And then the final, you know, nail in the coffin is actually holding the damn thing, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but this is actually uncomfortable. I don't have big hands, but holding it like this, it's uncomfortable. Now, holding it for a few seconds like this, fine, no problem. But when you're holding it all day, you're doing some activity that's going to take all day, you don't want to hold it all the time. This is nicer, it's smaller, it's lighter. This is nicer, it's smaller, it's lighter. So this one is great. This one is okay. This one is rubbish. Don't get that one. These ones are good. Okay, in the next video, let's move on to some of the other GoPro gadgets and how good they are.